Hello and welcome to the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium in Sharjah for match day 3 of the AFC Champions League Two. It's Sharjah hosting Sepahan. This is the context behind this particular match. The top two sides in each group go forward to the knockout stage, the round of 16. Sharjah, you can see, occupying one of those top two spots at the moment, but it's very, very tight indeed. This is a battle of the league leaders in their respective countries, and this is what those two teams are going to have to put up with this evening. It's hot and it's also humid. There's a breeze blowing. It's an open stadium, so the players should feel the benefit of that breeze. But conditions will test them. As I mentioned, Sharjah and Sepahan, the leaders in their respective domestic leagues. Sharjah have played 5-1-5 in the UAE Pro League to top the ladder. In Sepahan, they've had 5 wins from 7 matches to head the Persian Gulf Pro League. Both these teams played in the AFC Champions League last season, but now in the reconstituted AFC Champions League Two, it's a chance for a new title to put on the sideboard. Not a big crowd in here this evening. It's a working day in the UAE, and it's an early start as well. Getting underway in a few minutes at 6 o'clock local time in the evening, which is one of the reasons why it is still so hot and humid. New experience for both these teams in this new competition, and they've both done pretty well so far. Just saw Ko Lucas's wife there. And there's Ko in the centre of the screen. And it's been some interesting selections, which we'll detail in a short while. But Sharjah have opted for Ko, one of their talismanic players, on the bench. They do have a big domestic match coming up this weekend. Playing against Shabab Al Ali, who are the other side in the UAE at the moment, who've got a 100% record. So maybe, just maybe, Cosmin Oloroyo, the Sharjah coach, has one eye on that encounter. He's a former coach as well of Shabab Al Ali. So perhaps he's especially keen to get one over on his former team. There's Luanzinho, the Brazilian-born winger, and another player who finds himself on the sidelines this evening. This match taking place at the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium. It's not Sharjah's main ground, but that ground at the moment is out of action due to some improvements and development at the stadium. So we've moved about 7 kilometers away from Sharjah Stadium to this venue. It's a venue that's also used in the UAE Pro League by Al Batai. It's got a capacity of around 12,000, but we're nowhere near that capacity this evening. Still the early stages of this tournament. Very shortly, though, we'll have the two sides and the match officials on their way out onto the pitch. A pitch which is in very good condition indeed. It got a watering about 75 minutes before the scheduled beginning, and another sprinkle just after the players finished their warm-ups. That was about 15 or 20 minutes ago. So the AFC anthem plays, and that is always a cue for the AFC flag to make its way out onto the ground. Exciting new competition this season. Who is going to be the first team to win the AFC Champions League Two? Is it going to be one of these two lineups? Sharjah this evening in the white shirts with red sleeves. Sepahan playing in the yellow shirts and black shorts. Teams lining up for the AFC anthem. It's going to be especially interesting tonight from a Sharjah perspective to see how their team, shorn of so many big names who are on the bench, comes together. Lots of youth, with the odd smattering of experience. You just saw there number 88, Majid Hassan, former UAE international. Time now for the handshakes. There's Jose Moraes, the Portuguese coach of Sepahan. High fives all round, and very shortly we'll be underway. Let's have a look at the two lineups then. Sharjah first of all, and Cosmin Oloroyu names only 5 players starting tonight who did so in matchday 2 against Al Wehdat of Jordan. It's goalkeeper number 40, Adel Al Hosseini, number 5, Maro Katanic, the centre-back, number 19, the right-back, Khalid Al Danhani, 24, Majid Rashid in midfield, and number 30, striker Osman Kamara. Bench includes Keo Lucas with 8 goals this season, Luanzinho, Firis Ben Arbi, the Tunisian playmaker, and the Korean Republic's Cho Yu-min. So it's very much an experimental lineup tonight. Two captains, Adel Al Hosseini on the left, and on the right, Mohamed Karimi, our match official this evening. Kim Dae-yong from the Korean Republic, 43 years of age. It's his first AFC Champions League match of the season. Sepahan, Jose Moraes makes 5 changes to the side that won on matchday 2, a 4-0 win against Istiklal of Tajikistan. Income number 7, Mehdi Lamouchi, number 14, Arya Yousefi, 15, Steven Nzonzi, a World Cup winner with France in 2018. Number 22, Saleh Hadini, and 99, Siavash Yazdani. Cosmin Oloroyu, the coach of Sharjah, the longest serving coach here in the UAE Pro League. Took on his current role in November of 2021, and a nice warm welcome between the two coaches there. Jose Moraes himself, reasonably long serving. He's been in his role for just over 2 years. So both these coaches, unusual in this part of the world. So what are we going to see this evening? It's going to be a fascinating matchup with all the changes that both lineups have made.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin.
Kim Dae-yong just waiting for the countdown on the board. And off we go. Sepahan in the yellow shirts and black shorts, playing from right to left on your screen in the first half. An early touch for the captain there, Mohamed Karimi, the base of midfield. And Siavash Yazdani with the Hair tied up at the back. He's going to play on the left-hand side. So Khalid Al-Danhani there, the UAE international right back, just protecting his face. He's taken a knock. That's good work from Kamara. Plays the ball forward to Guillaume Biro, the young Brazilian. Picked up on this near side by number 14, Aria Yousefi. Number 15, there's Nzonzi. Instantly recognisable, tall, rangy, in the heart of midfield, always looking to make himself available. And an early touch for Payam Niazmand, the goalkeeper. He started 6 of 7 Persian Gulf Pro League matches this season. Only conceded 4 goals, 2 clean sheets. Leap from Aboubakar Kamara, we'll know all about playing in the UAE. Big number 47. Actually spent last season at Al Jazeera in Abu Dhabi. Flags up on the far side for an offside. It's tight, isn't it? We don't have VAR in the group stages of AFC Champions League Two. There's Cosman Oloroyu. What a record he's got. 14 trophies he's won here in the UAE. He's never won a continental title. Came very close in 2015. It's nicely played back to his goalkeeper by Mohamed Daneshgar. Oloroyu, runner-up in the AFC Champions League in 2015 with Shabab Al Ahly, who at that time were called Al Ahly. But he's won four trophies with Sharjah, 7 with Shabab Al Ahly, 3 with Al Ain. He's a trophy machine, really, in this part of the world. That's well run by Tyrone Conrad, number 23, making his first start for Sharjah this evening after a couple of substitute appearances, just 27 years of age. And that's well headed in the end by Al-Danhani. Must be a moment of concern for him with that guard on his face. There's Moraes. Vastly experienced coach himself. Coached in at least 13 countries around the world and had success, including the Saudi Pro League with Al Hilal in 2021. He's coached in Portugal, England, Ukraine, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Korean Republic, Greece, Tunisia, Spain, Yemen, Sweden, Germany, Italy. Probably easier to list the places where he hasn't coached. There's Majid Rashid, uncompromising midfielder for Sharjah. Majid Hassan. Finds Maro Katanic. Al-Danhani down the line. Nicely picked up by Biro. Little flick there from Nerzmic, Darko Nerzmic, the Croatian midfielder, who's taken over from Mirem Pjanic this season. In the heart of midfield for Sharjah. Pjanic has now gone to play in Russia after a couple of seasons here in the UAE. 100 caps for Bosnia-Herzegovina, Pjanic. There's Alden Hani again. Scored a fantastic goal in September for the UAE against Qatar in a World Cup qualifier. Dani, the wing back, you can see at the top of your screen there, the right wing back. Just coming back onto the halfway line there. Zonzi, it's a nice little turn from him, just making some space, tries to spread the play out to this near side. Game hasn't really settled down yet, hasn't got into any sort of rhythm. Abdullah Ghanim there, his first start of the season. Osman Kamara is an excitement machine. Pace to burn as well. Zonzi, oh, he's been robbed. Shot coming in from Biro. Two shots, in fact, beaten away the second one by Niazmand. Good save from the goalkeeper. And in the end, it's blasted over the top. That's the closest we've come to a goal so far. And Zonzi just dawdling on the ball there. And Biro, his first shot was blocked, and his second, powerful strike, but straight at the goalkeeper. Strong hands from Niazmand. And in the end, knocked over. That was Majid Rashid in the end, who put it over the crossbar. Promising stuff from Sharjah, though. Good hassling, good harrying. A little give and go from him, and he is going now. He's on the run, looking for options. He's found Kamara outside him, but the flag's gone up. It's not great, that, from Kamara, because he was with the opportunity to look across the line as that ball was played. It wasn't just Kamara, in fact, who was offside. Conrad was beyond the last defender as well, so really and truly, Biro didn't have many options ahead of him. Any ball that he played to one of his teammates is going to see the flag raised on this near side. Majid Hassan gets the tackle in there, and it's a good tackle too on Mohamed Mahdi Mahibi. Number 23. Pushing the back on Kamara. It'll be a free kick going Sepahan's way. Here is Kamara. 3 goals in the UAE Pro League last season. 3 starts and 7 substitute appearances for Al Jazeera. Flick from Nzonzi. Cut out by Alden Hani. And Nzonzi wins it back, though. He does really well there. Chance on this near side now for Lamucci. He's dispossessed. Katanic is down. That's why he's down. Challenge from Arya Yousefi. Lovely skill that from Brian Darboe. Darboe, the Burkina Faso international. In his second season with Sepahan. Last season made 19 starts in the Persian Gulf Pro League. Four clean sheets for Sepahan this season in all competitions. Their last two matches have been clean sheets. The 4-0 win against Istiklal on match day 2, and then a 1-0 success against Istiklal Khuzestan in round 7 of the Persian Gulf Pro League. This is their first match since that game. A gap of 17 days. Alden Hani, what a lovely cross that was. It was Conrad who rose highest, but he couldn't quite rise high enough. Couldn't get up high enough to get over the top of that header. It really was a lovely ball in with the right foot from Alden Hani, wrapping his right foot around the ball. Tyrone Conrad joined earlier this month from the Chinese Super League. 12 goals in 32 starts there across 2 seasons. Biro doing well, but not quite well enough. Darboe trying to slide the ball through to Kamara. And at the other end now, it's Conrad with a chance to run at the defence. He's got Kamara up with him. He's also got, arriving at the back post, Nersmic. Nersmic couldn't quite get there. The Croatian. His 4th start of the season, having joined last month. He's got big-time continental experience as Nersmic. He's played in the Europa League with Hajduk Split. He's also played in the UEFA Conference League as well. Kamara doesn't get that jump right. Katanic wins the free kick. Challenge coming in there from Mohamed Mahdi Mohibi. It's his first season at Sepahan, joined in July. Kamara doing his best to get past Abdullah Ghanim, not able to do so. It's good to see Abdullah Ghanim getting the opportunity this evening. He's only had a couple of substitute appearances this season prior to tonight. Last season he was very much a mainstay of the centre of defence. Less so this term though. It's a nice bit of skill by Yousefi. Let's have a look at this now from the 22-year-old. His right foot is the stronger suit for him. He was one of 7 players who was away, was Yousefi. And in fact, Jose Moraes there spoke about the absence of the core of his squad for the last couple of weeks on international duty. He said they've only really had the chance to work together over the last 4 days on tactics, structures and shape for this match. Having said that, he did say that he was pretty content with the preparations that his side have had for this encounter. Al Hosseini. I mentioned earlier that both these sides played in the AFC Champions League last season. Sepahan actually made it to the round of 16. Sharjah went out of the group stage. And that really was a lost opportunity for them. They were actually top of their group at the end of match day 4, and then they lost their last 2 matches. But the real problem was they had 4 players sent off over the course of that group stage campaign, and that cost them dear in the end. Al Hosseini was one of those players who got his marching orders. Sepahan last season lost out in the round of 16 to Al Hilal, losing 6-2 on aggregate. Al Hilal, the Saudi side, who were actually in action last night here in the UAE, playing against Al Ain, the UAE champions. And what a match those two sides conjured up. 5-4 to Al Hilal. Darbo on the far side, and Zonzi. Cross comes in, cleared by Majid Rashid. Biro takes a tumble, but still manages to feed Usman Kamara. Shot coming in from Biro, but again Conrad had gone a long way past the Sepahan back line, and it meant that Biro really had no other option than to shoot. It was Tyrone Conrad. Any ball that was played to him, the flag again would go up. Sharjah, there you are, you can see 6 shots so far. None of them have really tested Niazmand in the Sepahan goal. On that far side, Hadani. And Zonzi once again. Sepahan playing in this AFC Champions League 2, as they lost out in a playoff to get to the group stages of the AFC Champions League Elite, losing 4-1 after extra time against Shabab Al Ali, the UAE side. They qualified for that playoff by winning the Hasfi Cup, the main cup competition in Iran. On this near side, number 14, Yusufi, and Zonzi, Kamara. Switch of play over to the far side, Hadani. Captain Karimi. Good possession football this by Sepahan. Patient build-up. Yusufi again. Foul, needless foul really, given away by Biro. Sepahan weren't really creating a great deal of danger on this near side. A bit impetuous, that challenge. Maybe a Yusufi feeling the full force of it. 20 years of age, Biro. On loan from the Brazilian side Corinthians. Cosmin Oloroyu right by the free kick there. Shot from distance. First of the evening for Sepahan. Lamucci it was, and that was way off target. Mehdi Lamucci. One in the air initially. Good header away from Katanic. In the end, Lamucci's effort very optimistic. Well, not a big crowd by any stretch of the imagination, but the fans who've made their way in here this evening are determined to have a good time, making plenty of noise, competing sets of supporters. Clean sheets for Adel Al Hosseini in the Sharjah goal this season, back to somewhere near his best. Made 24 starts in the league last term, and only 3 clean sheets in those 24 matches. There was speculation that Cosmin Oloroyu would part company with Sharjah in the summer. They rallied at the back end of the season after a pretty disappointing campaign. Got themselves up to 4th place in the table in the last round of matches. And that's why they find themselves in this AFC Champions League Two. Biro with the cross. Kamara. And to try and fashion a shot. Looks to me as though he's fashioned a corner. He really is a terrific talent, Osman Kamara. He's now got UAE citizenship, originally from Guinea. And the first corner of the evening. Biro to take it. Punched away. Good solid punch that by Niazmand. Haven't got the ball clear though, Sepahan. There's Mitch with the square ball. Finds Majid Hassan. Biro again, lovely delivery from Majid Hassan. Cross is blocked. Hassan again. Pressure still on from Sharjah. Alden Hani, he tries to get the ball into the danger area, not able to do so. You can see this is a multi-purpose stadium, blue area. You saw just a moment ago at the bottom of your screen, a running track. Mitch dispossessed. Kamara, he's dispossessed in turn as well by Katanic. Ghanim back to his goalkeeper. It's Adel Al Hosseini, one of 4 players to be sent off for Sharjah in the AFC Champions League last season, along with Majid Hassan, Miriam Pjanic and Majid Rashid. Pjanic and Rashid getting their marching orders in the same match. Final group game against Al Fazali. Sharjah eventually finishing 3rd in their group, Group B. Nassaf top the group. Sharjah did have some fortune actually in that there were 3 missed penalties against them in the campaign. Now Alden Hani, has he beaten the offside trap? It looks as though he has. That's good skill from him. Gets the cross over. Kamara, yes. Oh, what a thumping finish. Absolutely tremendous stuff. And Sharjah break the deadlock. Usman Kamara, didn't he enjoy that? What a rasping hit that was. He took his time, picked his spot, and boy, did he find it. Let's have a look again now. A high line being played by Sepahan. Alden Hani, a really intelligent run. He tried to find Conrad initially, I think. But in the end, Kamara took his time, got away from Nzonzi, and wham, goodness me, he hit that with real power. But it was Alden Hani with his really clever run to break the offside trap that did the damage, and then Kamara, well, he damaged the back of the net there, didn't he? It's his 7th goal of the season in all competitions. Sorry, his 6th, I should say. 3 in the UAE Pro League, 1 in the President's Cup, 1 in the League Cup, and now 1 in the AFC Champions League Two. Referee using the natural break after the goal has been scored to allow the players to have some refreshment. And Sharjah will enjoy their drink, and a word of encouragement, I'm sure, from their coach. Plenty to reflect upon for Sepahan. Usman Kamara, who's bulked up a little bit over the past year. Not the tallest of men, 1.76 m, but he's now a substantial unit. Let's have another look at that goal. Alden Hani's run was what made it. And Kamara's finish was emphatic. It was so clever from Alden Hani just to check back inside. And then Kamara, he was patient, waited for his opportunity, and boy, did he take it when that opportunity presented itself. Cosmin Oloroyu reasonably happy. His opposite number, Moraes, less so. So a shade under half an hour gone here at the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium. And the hosts have the advantage. Long ball over the top, cut out by Abdullah Ghanim. Shot coming in from Kamara, and in the end, it's the man who created the goal who's helped prevent one. Alden Hani with the clearance, tackles flying in. Kamara again takes a tumble, and he gets a free kick. Wants to take it quickly, not able to do so. David Petrovic is the man with the challenge there. There's Nursmich. In an ideal world for Cosmin Oloroyu, he'll want to leave his big guns on the bench if Sharjah can see this through. Kamara with the flick header, easy enough for Adel Al Hosseini. Down for Sepahan. It's Yazdani, I think, Indeed it is. Let's see if we can make out what happened here. He's just twisted his ankle. So there was any contact with Abdullah Ghanim? I'm not sure there was, but thankfully he's up and about now and jogging back to his defensive position. Here he is. There's Danny, very experienced defender, one of the few natural left footers in this Sepahan side. His second spell with the club. Alvin Hani. One in the air by Yazdani. Abdullah Ghanim. Back to the far side to Petrovic. A Serbian wing-back, but he couldn't get on the end of that return pass from Nerzmic. Petrovic, just 21 years of age, but he's become something of a mainstay for Sharjah this season. This is their 11th game of 2024-25, and he started 10 of them. One game he didn't start was the previous match day in the AFC Champions League Two. Yousefi trying to play the ball infield. Biro with the block. It's gone all the way out for a corner. Keo Lucas. And Zinho, and on the right you saw Al Hassan Saleh, UAE international fullback. Taken short the corner to Darbo. Karimi with the cross. It's a good one too. And in the end, it's gone behind for a corner. But that really was a dangerous ball in from the Sepahan captain, wrapping his right foot around it. Have a look at this now. Lovely delivery. Your crowd scene in the penalty area, and just came off Petrovic, I think, in the end. Looking at that replay, the corner has just been delayed as our referee, Mr. Kim, has a chat with Nerzmic and also Yazdani. Chance for counter-attack now for Sharjah. Biro. And goodness me, not for the first time this evening, Conrad straying beyond the last defender. Just a lack of awareness from him. You'll see it again here now. Just needs to be a bit smarter with the runs that he makes. And Zonzi. Lofted forward by Daneshkar. Picked up by Hadani. It's really good play from Petrovic to rob him. The ball's a little bit too far for Conrad. Sharjah fans, despite real high humidity this evening, showing great passion and energy up in the stands. They're known as the King. Sharjah, that's their nickname. And the reason they're known as the King is because they're very much kings of the UAE President's Cup, the main knockout competition. They've won it 10 times. Good play from Kamara to win the ball back, finding his captain Karimi, but Karimi in the end, much to his chagrin, is penalised. Who, me, he says? Petrovic is down. Al-Hosseini, Sharjah captain, putting his couple of dirhams in. It was something and nothing there, really, wasn't it? You could argue that it was a flailing arm from Karimi. Majid Hassan, one of the experienced players this evening. Oloroyu, who's rung the changes tonight. His opposite number, Moraes. Had an awful lot to cheer about so far, Sepahan. Frustration personified there in the actions of Abubakar Kamara. Sepahan went through to the round of 16 in the AFC Champions League last season. Second in their group, Group C, finishing below Al Ittihad of Saudi, head of Air Force, the Iraqi side, and AGMK of Uzbekistan, who were actually pointless in the group. Oh, frustration there for Kamara. It was a nice little build-up that from Sepahan, perhaps the most promising move on the edge of the area. Oloroyu's just been prowling the edge of his technical area throughout the course of the match so far. Dani. And Zonzi, look how deep he's come to try and get things moving forward for Sepahan. It's a good tackle from Petrovic. Sepahan's victory in the Hazfi Cup last season, their 5th success in the competition, their first for 11 years. Karimi fancied a shot, but, well, the less said about that one, the better. Got his contact all wrong there. I've seen the quality of his right foot already this evening with one delivery into the penalty area, but that one not so much. On the left of screen there, Marcus Maloney, another one of the Brazilian contingent at Sharjah. Another one who's qualified now for the UAE. He's got a UAE passport. Niazmand rolls that one out, and aside from picking the ball out of the back of the net, and Kamara's finish just shy of the half hour, he hasn't had an awful lot to do in terms of repelling offensive acts from the Sharjah forward line. Sharjah last season, though, they weren't all that prolific in terms of the goals they scored. They only scored 4, in fact, in the 6 group games that they played. Biro penalised for that challenge. Good ball retention from Kamara. On this near side, Yusufi. Memucci. Darbo forward, Kamara with a little flick. Not for the first time this evening, Sepahan promising on the edge of the area, but not quite delivering. The final ball's been lacking on a couple of occasions. Adani. He's continued his run. Karimi, Darbo. A bit of room on this near side for Yusufi. And that's good defensive play from Alden Hani. Majid Hassan diving in there and getting away with it. In the end, the free kick goes Sharjah's way. Nursmich going down under challenge. So there's the initial dive in from Majid Hassan, and there's the foul on Nursmich. Mohamed Mahdi Mahibi, the man penalised. Very interesting possession statistics there. Sepahan, despite having the lion's share of the ball, you couldn't honestly say they've done an awful lot with it. Adel Al Hosseini really hasn't had a save to make as yet. Kept in by Conrad. And eventually he's penalised for a foul on Hadani. Corner flag will have to be replaced. Ball forward from Alden Hani, attempted flick from Kamara. Plenty to ponder there for Jose Moraes as he wants to clear his mind and get his half-time team talk ready for delivery. You can see the sweat there dripping off Alden Hani. A very humid night. Biro into the last minute of normal time of this first half. Lucas and Marcus Maloney warming up. Majid Rashid being spoken to by the referee, Mr. Kim. Looked as though Majid Rashid was caught from behind there by Brian Darbo as Moraes tried to give the ball back. Long ball forward by Majid Rashid, but to no significant avail. We'll just wait now to find out from our fourth official, Abdi Kadirov Zatbek of the Kyrgyz Republic, how long it's going to be added. You can see at the bottom of your screen there, he's holding up his board, right on cue. Minimum of 3 minutes to be played then at the end of this first half. Adani, policed by Petrovic. kept in play by number 7, Lamucci. Headed away by Abdullah Ghanim. He's on the ball again now. In fact, he's left it for Majid Hassan. Into the second minute of added time. No rush as far as Sharjah are concerned. They're the ones with their noses in front. I think they'll be reasonably content with what they've done thus far. They've looked the more threatening of the two teams. Goal scorer Kamara trying to slide the ball through to Conrad. Good cushioned header by Katanic. Katanic again. Patience the watchword for Sharjah, as we're well and truly into the third of the minimum of 3 minutes to be played at the end of this first half. Nursmich dispossessed. And Zonzi, you just feel as though Sepahan need to get him on the ball a lot more in the second half. Darboe getting the ball out to that far side. Mohibi with the shot. Oh, that's a cracker from distance. And you could see the way that Adel Al Hosseini was flying across his goal there. He wasn't convinced that was going wide. In the end, he was comfortable enough and pulled his arms back. And that, in fact, is the last action of our first half. The first half that has seen just the one goal from Usman Kamara, a thumping finish after a really good breakout by Khalid Al-Danhani. He beat the offside trap, set up Kamara, and Kamara's right foot shot almost burst the net. Sepahan, they've had a lot of the ball, the majority of the ball in fact, but they haven't done an awful lot with it. And that'll be something they'll need to address in the second half. Half-time, though, at the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium on match day 3 of the AFC Champions League 2. And it's Sharjah who hold the advantage. It's Sharjah 1, Sepahan 0. Welcome back to the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium in Sharjah, where we're getting ready for the second half of match day 3 of the AFC Champions League 2. It's Sharjah against Sepahan. And we're going to get a substitution from Sharjah. One of the big guns coming on, Ko Lucas. UAE qualified now. Player who's been here in the UAE for a number of years. Played initially for IRN for 3 years. And he's come on. Perhaps no surprise really for Tyrone Conrad, who looked out of sorts in that first half in his first start for Sharjah. So Ko getting the opportunity. 8 goals so far this season for him, but he hasn't scored in either 2 matches in the AFC Champions League 2 as yet. Oloroyu waiting to come through the tunnel. Off we go then. Sharjah kicking us off in the predominantly white strip, playing from right to left on your screens in this second half. The 2 teams separated by an Osman Kamara goal just shy of the half hour. Sepahan with 65% of possession in the first half. They'll need to do a lot more with it. Confirmation in the top left-hand corner of your screen there, with Conrad going off and Ko Lucas coming on. Chance for Sharjah to move forward. Ko just dispossessed at the vital moment. Kamara just taken a knock in the back there as he was holding the ball up against Abdullah Ghanim. Initially I thought he did really well here. Then you can see Ghanim bundling into the back of him. Kamara felt that. It's going to be a free kick for the visitors as a result. And Zonzi really does need to see a bit more of the ball in this second half. It's nicely done, well read by Majid Hassan. Doesn't get his clearance right there at all, though. Straight to Darbo. Karimi. Back to this near side. Hadani. Not a great cross from him, though. And Majid Hassan, who's just sitting in front of the back line, gets his headed clearance away. Oh, that was a lovely ball in from Hadani. A shake of the head there from Khalid Al-Danhani, who's been one of the most influential players in the match so far. Look at that, no one making a run, no one gambling at the back post. Lamucci was there, but it was a half-hearted effort from him. Corner then for Sepahan. Whipped in with real pace. That was a cracking ball in. It was Ko in the end who got the header away. Hadani with another great cross and a wonderful save. Oh, that's a terrific stop. The flag's gone up, so I don't think it would have counted. It was Yousefi in the end who got the shot in. It was touch and go, wasn't it? But what a save that was from Adel Al Hosseini. He certainly wasn't to know that the flag was going to go up. That's more like it from Sepahan. Second real quality ball of this second half that's come in from the right-hand side from the Iranian team. And it very nearly produced results. Well, that's prompted some excitement among the Sepahan fans situated in the main stand. They're making plenty of noise now. Sort of encouragement they want, and they're doing their best now to lift their team a little more. Kamara just beyond the last defender. Have a look now. As you can see, Abdullah Ghanim just holding a high line, doing a good job there. I mentioned in the first half that Abdullah Ghanim was very much a regular starter last season for Sharjah. He went through a host of central defensive partnerships, though. That was really their Achilles heel and their main problem for the season. A little bit cynical from KO there. You can see he had his eye on the defender. Advantage for Sharjah this season is that Shaheen Abdullah is back, number 4. He's on the bench this evening. Pushing forward, Mehedi, yes, it's in. The equaliser has come. Lamouchi it is, slotting the ball home at the near post. It had some similarities, that goal, for Sepahan from the one that Sharjah scored in the first half. Again, the offside trap was broken. Frustration for Al Hosseini. There was nothing he could do about that at all. A rampaging run on the near side. The cross came in, and Lamouchi did the business. It was touch and go, wasn't it? I think in the end, Katanic played Mahibi onside. And the simplest of tasks at that near post for Lamouchi to slide that one in. It's actually gone through the legs of Adel Al Hosseini in the end. The equaliser for Sepahan, and that's much more incisive from them. It's Lamouchi's second goal of the season. Forward again from Mahibi. It's a free kick. The goal scorer, Lamouchi, just bundling over Abdullah Ghanim. Did well there, Abdullah Ghanim, to get his body between the attacker and the ball. A little bit of frustration, I'm sure, for Cosman Oloroyu. Side looked so solid in the first half, but it was an error defensively to allow Sepahan back into proceedings. On that far side, Biro overcooks the pass. Well kept in, though, by KO. Nursmic with a little chip forward. Petrovic gets the ball into the area. And then KO with the block. Good hunger by KO here to keep that ball in play. Raced after it, did so well there. To be careful because he was going off grass onto that running track. Managed to keep his feet. Just the 5th goal conceded by Adel Al Hosseini this season. A strike by Lamouchi. It's his 9th game this term. Kamara. Good ball forward. The flag's gone up on that far side though. KO can't believe it. We'll get the opportunity for another look. Arroyo absolutely furious. He was looking along the line there as well. You see Arroyo pretty much level with the referee's assistant on that far side. A little bit of argy-bargy now. And the referee having to get involved. Hadani's there with Kamara. Referee's assistant having to come on the pitch to separate some players as well. That's come from absolutely nowhere. The match has been played in a pretty good spirit thus far. We haven't had a single card dispensed. And that was a real flashpoint. Hadani being called to the referee, Mr. Kim. Hadani just giving him a pat on the backside. I'm not sure that's necessarily the right way to go about things. Anyway, when all's said and done, we've got a free kick. It's a free kick to Sepahan. Darboe and the captain Karimi over the ball. Hadani. Again, really good delivery from him. Has to be a means they need to use a little bit more often. That right foot of Hadani. He just wraps his foot around the ball, whips it in with real pace. And a little bit of curl to boot as well. See enough of that in the first half. Seen plenty of it in the second half now. Long ball forward, looking for KO. Battling with Hadani. Good work from Biro, but in the end, the finish is lacking. That's good to see. That's more like the sort of spirit the match has been played in thus far. A real contest between those two. Biro just getting the ball stuck under his feet a little bit. Good to see Hadani staying on his feet there and not rolling over with contact from KO. And the same's true of KO there. Played it hard. Petrovic turns one way, then goes the other. Little flick from Majid Rashid. Kamara, he stayed onside, rasps the ball across the face of goal. And that'll be a corner. And again, the Sepahan fans in full voice. Corner taken quickly. But Karimi can't keep that in play. And we've got a double substitution now coming from Sharjah. Biro is coming off and Luanzinho is going to come on. And also coming off is Nursmich. And he's going to be replaced by Marcus Maloney. Here's Maloney. Two Brazilian-born players coming on, so that's 3 changes in total now by Sharjah. And 3 Brazilians on the pitch. Biro, solid contribution from him this evening, just lacking a little bit of end product. Maloney and Luanzinho, the players coming on, both now with UAE passports. Maloney, something of a dead ball specialist. Used on a fairly regular basis over the last few years by Sharjah in a full-back role. He's slotted into midfield, the number 22. Just the start, and the shot coming in from KO. Wasn't on his stronger foot. That's probably how we can explain the finish. Third appearance off the bench for Maloney this season. Luanzinho. He's started 9 matches this term for Sharjah. His second time as a substitute. Nice to see again Cosman Oloroyu and Brian Darboe just having a little chit-chat on the sidelines. Reason for the hold-up is one of the Sepahan players is down. Let's have a look at the 2 goals. This is the first of them in the first half from Osman Kamara. Great work from Alden Hani on the right-hand side, beating the offside trap. And Kamara beating everybody with that shot. And then in the second half, 6 minutes into the second period, almost a carbon copy in some respects, really, of that first goal. Mohamed Mahibi beating the offside trap himself, cutting the ball back, and Lamouchi with the near post finish. Player who's down, Mohamed Daneshgar, back up on his feet now. And he's just waiting to come back into the fray. We've just gone past the hour mark then, and it looks as though Sepahan are preparing their own changes. Jose Moraes contemplating a tactical switch or two. All his substitutes still warming up behind Adel Al Hosseiny's goal. It's nicely done by Hadani. Good work from Nzonzi. Good run by number 14, Yusufi. In the end, it all comes to nothing. Luanzinho getting the ball forward to KO. Can't believe that he didn't get a foul for the challenge by Daneshgar. The referee and his assistants were unmoved. Darboe. Mahibi gets the cross in, and a little flick again at the near post, again Lamouchi, and this time Adel Al Hosseini makes the save. So close there, Sepahan, to turning the match on its head from 1-0 down. We're almost 2-1 up. There's the challenge by Daneshgar on KO. Can't believe that the free kick didn't go his way. And then here's Lamouchi's effort. What a clever bit of skill that was. Almost managing to score with a back heel. Adel Al Hosseini had to be in the right place at the right time there. Look at that. Wonderful improvisation from Lamouchi. Very nearly got its reward. He's in his first season with Sepahan. He's Mehdi Lamouchi, joined in the summer from Aluminium Arak. They're a side that, like Sepahan, play in the Persian Gulf Pro League. Sepahan top of the league at the moment. Played 7, won 5, drawn 1 and lost 1. There's the remaining Sharjah substitutes. Number 4 there, Shaheen Abdul Rahman, who spent most of last season out injured, a knee injury. Big central defender, often wears the captain's armband. Great to see him back, very much in first team contention. He's actually been in every matchday squad this season. Luanzinho, he fancied a shot there. Didn't get the finish right. The effort was certainly an intelligent one. Trying to shoot early, just looking to catch the goalkeeper unawares. He just got right under that shot. Still only 24, Luanzinho. He's in his 6th season now at Sharjah. Just joined them from Brazilian side Avai on loan. Lamouchi's through. Oh, his touch just took him away from goal there, and he was shepherded further away by Alden Hani. Again, that combination, Mohamed Mahdi Mahibi and Lamouchi on the right-hand side. Let's have another look now. There's a push there, I think, on Kamara initially. And Lamouchi just overran the ball a little bit, and the chance evaporated. Kamara tackled. Not far off the halfway stage now of this second half. You know, 8 groups in the AFC Champions League Two. 2 teams from each group will go through to the knockout round of 16. Just shows how competitive AFC Champions League Two has been so far, that coming into match day 3, only 4 sides had played 2-1-2. Zinho and Adani tangling. Adani, diminutive, just 1.76 m tall, but well, he gives as good as he gets, doesn't he? He's on the ball again now. Zinho nicks it off him though and gets it to Keo Lucas, who skips over a challenge. Can't skip over that challenge from Karimi though. Excellent tackle from the Sepahan captain. The teams with that 100% record: Air Force from Iraq in Group B, Sydney FC in Group E, along with Sanfrecce Hiroshima of Japan, and Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors in Korean Republic in Group H. Now there's a player down for Sharjah, and in fact the first card's going to be shown, and it's shown to Karimi for his challenge. Earlier he timed a tackle superbly. That one not so much. Petrovic being the recipient of that foul tackle. Osman Oloroyo, he's been fairly relaxed on the sidelines so far this evening, but a little bit of frustration coming to the fore there. Mr. Kim, our referee, been happy to let the game flow where possible tonight. Hasn't been one of those officials who's been card happy. Majid Hassan, what a lovely ball forward there to Petrovic. Good cut back from him. Luanzinho. Oh, he just took too long, didn't he? Ironic, really, given he took that shot just a little earlier. Before anyone was ready. But, on this occasion, he just dwelt too long before trying to pull the trigger. On the ball again now. Petrovic. Maloney. Petrovic once more. Luanzinho, little give and go. Tried to get it back from KO. Majid Hassan's done well. Luanzinho, is he onside? He scored, yes! What a good finish. The flag stays down and Luanzinho restores Sharjah's advantage. Cool as you like with the inside of his right foot, but that really was incisive stuff from Sharjah. Pinpoint accurate passing, and Luanzinho takes advantage, slotting the ball past Niazmand. Have a look at this again now. No problems there. It was Hadani who played Luanzinho on, but it was a terrific through ball from Majid Hassan, who won the initial challenge, found his teammate, and Luanzinho found the corner of the net. Lovely finish. Maria Yousefi, you just saw, had his arm up in the air, hoping for the flag, but it never came. Goal for Luanzinho then. His third of the season. And that's going to prompt a double change for Sepahan. The first changes of the evening. It's going to be Rezai coming on, number 9. And also Gudazi. So Rezai coming on for the captain, Karimi. And the other player replaced is Hadani. A man guilty of just dwelling in the back line there and allowing Luanzinho to find himself onside. And another change coming, this time for Sharjah. Majid Hassan, he's going to make way, and he's going to be replaced by Mohamed Abdul Basit. Majid Hassan, what an assist to his credit there with that lovely through ball. And Mohamed Abdul Basit on then. He started the previous 3 matches. This is his 5th appearance off the bench this season. Shot coming in from the substitute, Zaid. Easily enough dealt with by Adel Al-Hosseini. Zaid, the number 9, scored a couple of goals this season, both of them back in August in the Persian Gulf Pro League. And that can't be kept in on this near side by Yousefi. Frustration, I'm sure, for Jose Moraes, because his side had done so well to get back into contention. Here's the shot from Rezai, his first contribution of the evening. You'd say it was a regulation save for Adel Al-Hosseini, but you also saw from that last angle that he saw the ball quite late. Got down well all the same and got his body behind it. Zani goes back to his keeper, Niazmand, who was left pretty much exposed there as Luanzinho beat the offside trap. It's a good tackle from Maloney. Luanzinho is trying to find Kamara, not able to do so. One in the air by Majid Rashid. And Zonzi. Chance for Gudazi, the substitute, to move forward. Hussein Gudazi, 23 years of age. His first season at Sepahan. Kamara doing his best to keep that in play. In fact, he's managed to send it out for a throw-in rather than concede the goal kick. Here's the goal from Luanzinho. What a good ball that was from Majid Hassan. Luanzinho just opening his body up, right-footed, slotting the ball into the corner of the net. A really good finish and a well-worked goal. One in the air by Abdullah Ghanim. And Zonzi likewise. Darbo to this near side, our commentary position side of the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium. Cleared by the substitute, Mohammed Abdul Basit. I'm just going to have the cooling break now. We've had half an hour of this second half, and with the ball going out of play, the natural break. Mr. Kim decides that it's time for some refreshment for the players. Sharjah fans happy, as you'd expect, with their side back in the lead. The two Sharjah goals to show you here. First by Osman Kamara, set up by Khalid Al-Danhani, and finished emphatically by the 23-year-old UAE citizen, as he is now, originally from Guinea. And here's the other Sharjah goal. Luanzinho on as a substitute. Great through ball by Majid Hassan. And Luanzinho and his teammates enjoying that. Players very grateful for the refreshment opportunity that they've got here, because the humidity is very high in Sharjah tonight. That's the goal for Sepahan. Lamouchi at the near post, set up by Mohamed Mahdi Mohibi. Really good finish, and it wasn't long after that that pair combined once again and forced an excellent save from Adel Al Hosseini. First time this evening that we've seen defenders throwing their arms in the air, hoping that there's an offside, which never comes. No VAR here in the group stages of the AFC Champions League Two. VAR will become a factor in the knockouts. And we're going to see another change shortly. Cho Yu-min looks as though he's about to enter the fray. Korean Republic defender and defensive midfield player. It's actually part of the Korean Republic's World Cup qualifying wins against Iraq and Jordan earlier this month. It's going to be a Sepahan ball on this near side, won by Yusufi. So he's lining up for a long throw. He'd quite like someone to come short, and indeed they do. It's Darbo. Yusufi with the cross, headed away by Al-Danhani. Substitute Gudazi, and the cross is overcooked. Ramucci it was in the end who got the crossover.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Plenty of frustration on the sidelines for Sepahan.
1002. Thank you for your support.
Joe still waiting to come on. It's not a good sign from Kamara. Problem perhaps with his right hamstring. Not ideal from a Sharjah perspective with their big game against Shabab Al Ali coming up on Sunday. Last minute instructions for Joe from his coach. Kamara's down. This doesn't look, as I say, very encouraging at all. And so full of running this evening, Osman Kamara has got a goal for his efforts too. 6 goals in all competitions this season. Alden Hani breaking the offside trap, showing composure. And another man who showed composure, plus a thumping finish, Kamara. Goodness me, he hit that hard, didn't he? Well, he doesn't look in too much distress. Let's hope this is nothing more than a precaution. Looks as though that's going to be his last action of the evening. Indeed, he's been replaced by Cho Yu-min. So an attacker off.
Replaced by player number 20.
And a defender or a defensive midfielder into the fray. Checks from the medical staff to ensure that Kamara's okay. He's not moving all that freely. He's heading down the tunnel. He's just stopped and decided now he's sitting on the bench, and that's a good sign. Teo again just looking at the player he's going to challenge rather than the ball. Yusufi is the man who was fouled on that occasion. Just under 9 minutes of normal time remaining then. 9 minutes between Sharjah and a second win in 3 group games. The campaign so far. For Sharjah against Istiklal. And a draw in the last round. Good save, Adel Al Hosseini. Petrovic is down in the area. Al Hosseini making a really good stop from Yusufi. But they've got a player down, Sharjah, near the centre circle. Let's have another look now. A little give and go from Yusufi. Hosseini, that was brave goalkeeping. You see the referee stopping play and wanting treatment to take place. Not quite sure who's down. It looks like it might be Mohamed Abdul Basit, who came on as a substitute a bit earlier. Indeed it is. See the sign there that he's going to have to come off. It looks as though it's an issue with his right quad. Again, it's not good as far as Sharjah are concerned. They've got a busy little period coming up. Two more league games before the end of the month against Shabab Al Ali and Bani Yas. So we see again that save from Adel Al Hosseini, denying Yusufi. And at the beginning of next month. It's the return fixture between these two sides in Iran. And what disappointment there for Mohamed Abdul Basit. On as a substitute this evening, and his contribution is a fleeting one. Down the tunnel he goes, in contrast to what we saw earlier from Kamara. But the problem that Sharjah have now is that they've already made all their substitutions. So it means they're going to play the last 6 minutes or so, plus added time, with just 10 players. Obviously a serious situation for Abdul Basit, unable to stay on the pitch. And 2 more changes now being readied by Sepahan as they look to try and take advantage of their numerical advantage. Reza Shikari is waiting to come on, number 10, and Javed Aripur, number 11. Last rolls of the dice for the visiting team. Darbo. And again. Defence against attack now. Sepahan look to get something out of this match. Kamara, look how deep he's come. Crossfield ball to Darbo. Youssoufi into the danger area, and a little flick from Nzonzi. Hasn't been this far forward in the whole match so far. Good defensive work from Petrovic. And it's all hustle and bustle and rush, rush, rush now for Sepahan. Lamouchi's going off, replaced by Shikari. And the other change, Kamara, he's making way for Aripur. Aripur, his 7th appearance off the bench this season. It's his first season for Sepahan. 1 goal this term in the league, and that was way back in August. Long throw then by Youssoufi into the danger area. And in the end, safely gathered by Adel Al Hosseini. He will take as much time as he possibly can. Header away initially by Maloney. And that really was a good save. It looked a straightforward one, but I can assure you that came through an absolute forest of players, that ball. Keogh just trying to hold the ball up here. Keep the ball up the pitch. And again, he'll take his time. And why not? It's Alden Hani take the throw. He's been an influential figure this evening for Sharjah at right back, making light of that facial issue that he's got, wearing the mask. And in fact, he's just been booked there. I said he'll take his time. He took too much time, according to Mr. Kim. So a yellow card for Alden Hani. First player to have his name taken for Sharjah this evening. And the second player overall, Karimi, the Sepahan captain, was the other player who went in the referee's notebook. Two minutes of normal time remaining then. Keogh takes a tumble and he gets a free kick. Tries to turn away from Yazdani. And Yazdani, as you can see, bundled into the back of him. Keogh was happy to go down. The nearest touch. That'll eat up a few more seconds. Frustration apparent there for the Sepahan players. I'm sure whether Darbo was actually trying to prevent the free kick being taken quickly, or it's quite clear what's happened now. He's very, very unhappy with that free kick going Sharjah's way. He made his feelings quite clear to KO and his teammates. Well, I mentioned when he came on, Marcus Maloney, very much a dead ball specialist. He's over the ball now, along with KO. Which of these two is going to have the honour, I wonder? I think they both fancy it from this sort of range. You see it's about 5 metres outside the area. Only 2 players forward for Sharjah. KO with the free kick, and he scored! Oh, yes! The goalkeeper completely wrong-footed. It may have taken a deflection. Happy times for KO, and that will be 3 points confirmed for Sharjah. He won the free kick, and now he's scored the goal, which will win the match for the home team. Smiles all round. A 9th goal of the season in all competitions for KO, and his first in the AFC Champions League Two. There's that deflection. A wicked one too. It's come off Mohamed Mahdi Mahibi, but KO will claim the goal. Niazmand went one way, the ball went the other. Well, while the celebrations were taking place, our 4th official, Abdi Kadirov Mirzatbek from the Kyrgyz Republic, has held his board up, and he's indicated that a minimum of 7 minutes will be played at the end of this match. Into the added time now, and a rather hopeful and hopeless ball in the end into the penalty area by Mohamed Mahdi Mahibi, who must feel really crestfallen in his role in that last goal. Did his job to an extent in the wall, getting something on the free kick that was taken, and unfortunately what he got on the ball was a deflection which sent it in the opposite direction to the one that Niazmand was expecting. Final change about to be made by Sepahan. Player coming off, Stephen Nzonzi. And he's been replaced by Riza Asadi. Big forward coming on for the last couple of minutes. Successful season last year up front. 16 goals actually for Asadi. This is his 2nd season now at Sepahan. Joined from Tractor. Ruanzinho, scorer of the 2nd goal to restore Sharjah's lead. And again, dispossessed. Darbo with the ball forward. Already, though, we're into the 4th minute of added time here. Time certainly not on the side of Sepahan. One of the substitutes, Shikari. Oh, and in the end, it was a little bit indecisive, that, wasn't it, from Yazdani. think he wasn't quite sure whether he wanted to take a touch to control and then shoot, or have a shot first time. In the end, he did neither. Here's the goal. Third goal for Sharjah. Free kick from Kayo. His family certainly enjoyed it up in the stands, as did all Sharjah fans here. Taking a tumble and then tangling with Darboe. Zinho has the ball in the corner. That's gone out of play, surely. Yes, it has. Darboe conceding the corner. I wasn't convinced it had gone out of play, but I think the evidence there is crystal clear. One thing Sharjah aren't going to do is commit a whole host of players forward. In fact, there's absolutely nobody in the penalty area for Sharjah for this corner. What we have, we hold. That's their attitude. And they'll want to keep the ball down in the corner for as long as they possibly can. Surely now it's just a case of looking for a consolation for Sepahan. Free kick. Zinho was the one who was penalised. Frustration for Sepahan. Al-Danhani gratefully flopping on that ball. So victory for Sharjah this evening would mean 2 wins out of 3 for them. Would also leave them in a very good position to qualify for the round of 16. Darboe's down, and Kayo is penalised. Kayo gets a yellow card. And, you know, the yellow card is administered this time for Yusufi. Yusufi getting a card for dissent after Kayo got a card for his challenge. Yusufi wasn't happy that the referee didn't, in fact, give Kayo a red card. What he felt was a flailing arm. And the referee, Mr. Kim, deciding, well, you play the game, I'll referee. So 2 cards apiece shown to these 2 sides as we reach the end of the minimum of 7 minutes to be played at the end of this match. It's just a case now of how much more time Mr. Kim will add on. And there's our answer. The end of the match and victory for Sharjah. So that's 2 wins out of 3 for them in this AFC Champions League 2. They took the lead in the first half through Osman Kamara. A thumping finish after a run from Khalid Al-Danhani that broke the offside trap. Sepahan bounced back at the beginning of the second half through Lamucci. A really cute finish at the near post. That was 1-1, and it was all up for grabs at that stage. But then Sharjah ran away with things in the last quarter of the match. Zinho with a precise finish after a Majid Hassan through ball, and then Kayo scoring with a deflected free kick right at the back end. It's been a hot and humid evening here at the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium, and the players feeling the effects of the conditions. But Sharjah, they'll be very, very happy indeed. Remember, they've got a 100% record in the UAE Pro League, played 5-1-5. They played very much a shadow squad this evening, with a lot of their big guns on the bench. Some of them came on in the second half to good effect. But with a big match coming up on Sunday for them against Shabab Al Ali in the UAE Pro League, they'll be very happy to get another win under their belt. All over then here at the Khalid bin Mohammed Stadium on match day 3 of the AFC Champions League 2. It's a win for Sharjah. It's finished Sharjah 3, Sepahan 1. Thanks so much for being with us, and we look forward to your company again next time. Good night.